Thank you for following, Lex. Hi, guys. Hey, Joseph. How are you? Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm gonna, take these off because I'm not even doing anything. I might leave this classical music on, though. It's kind of fun. There we go. So, tonight I thought it might be kind of fun to do some, quizzes on music theory and see how I do. Because it's been a long time since I took a music class. And I was working on some instrumentals today for more covers here. And I was trying to read some sheet music so I could translate it over into the instrumental. And I was like, it's been a long time since I've figured out any of this stuff. It was, oh my gosh. Okay, it was a... Oh, well, I'm glad you like the Discord. Yeah, by the way, I should put the link in the chat for our Discord. If you want to join, chat a little bit. Here is our Discord. There we go. I'll put it in the... There we go. Just to make sure you guys have all seen it. But yeah, it's fun to have a Discord. It's nice to have a place where I can, chat with everybody. Here we go. So I thought it might be fun to do some quizzes. If any of you guys have, a specific one we want to look at, we can definitely do that. But one of the ones that I've been, one of the skills that I've been focusing on the most is trying to figure out, different instruments by sound, because that's as I'm working on instrumentals, because for Twitch I have to make my own, and sometimes I want to take inspiration from the actual instrumental, and sometimes I just want to do my own thing, but sometimes it's easier to just put together similar instruments. So I thought it would be fun to listen to some of those. And we can do a quiz, which I don't think is a problem on Twitch. We'll find out. Oh, that's okay. Sometimes you have days off from things like podcasts. Today I was working on music. I didn't get a chance to finish up the next video, but that'll hopefully be coming out pretty soon. Okay. Here we go. Sound of musical instruments. Can you name all of these orchestral instruments? I'm trying to do this one by sound. Oh, this one's just by look. Let's try and identify them, because I'm not an orchestral musician. I'm you guys know, I'm a vocalist. Hi, Goat, how are you? Happy Saturday. You guys all having a good weekend? Or I guess it's Sunday. I don't know if Mega's here, but I know he's in the UK. But here it is evening. 6:45 p.m. Oh no, Goat, are you okay? I hope it wasn't a big TV or anything. Oh, are you alright? That sounds intense. ClassicFM.com says, most people can't identify 9 out of 16 musical instruments. Well, I'm not most people. Let's give it a shot. Although, like I said, I'm not a classical... I guess I am a classically trained vocalist, but I'm not oh boy, I hope you're flexible. I've been neglecting my stretches. I need to do that. All right. Can you tell a violin from a viola? Okay, so here's our first quiz. A triangle position? Is that the splits, straddles? I need to do those. I haven't stretched. I didn't even stretch much on the cruise. Okay. This looks to me my first guess is going to be oboe, but also I feel like oboes are not as complicated as this looks. So I kind of want to, part of me feels like it's a bassoon. I'm going to put the classical music back on. Classy, right? Okay. I'm gonna risk it and go with the bassoon. Oh, that was right! I knew the oboe was not that complicated. Oh, drums. Okay, I don't think these are bongo drums, because I think bongo drums are smaller. I feel like it's djembe. Is that how you say it? Djembe drums? Let's find out. Okay, I'm hoping this means, like, that it's the right answer, and it's not just saying this is your answer. Oh, I know the accordion. Wait. Doesn't an accordion have, like, smaller keys? I'm gonna go with accordion, because I feel like... Oh, the melodica, you have to blow into it, so I think that is different. Okay, accordion. Is it accordion? It's not percussion. What kind of instrument is an accordion? Okay. Oh, none of these say xylophone, and that was my first guess. Xylophone. Marimba? Maybe? Kay would probably know these better. Ooh, you like it? Picasso? I don't know if this is Picasso. I think this is, Schubert. Schubert. Okay. That's alright, Joseph. I'm not sure about these either. So we're learning this together, because like I said, I'm a vocalist. I'm gonna go with marimba. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Joseph. I'm gonna go with marimba, because that sounds right, and I'm pretty sure glockenspiel are like bells, more like bells. So let's try marimba. Okay. If I can get 4 more, I'm better than most people with 9 out of 16. Oh, okay. Aren't didgeridoos bigger than that? They, like, look kind of... They, like, go out on, like, a slope. They, like, flare out. Oh, Picasso. I think Picasso is a visual artist. But who knows? Can look at some art later, maybe. I remember in, like, 6th grade, we had this, whole little art history course taught by the mom of one of the kids in our class. And I don't remember half of it. I just remember that we did it. But, okay. I'm thinking either Native American flute or didgeridoo. And I think... I'm gonna go with, I feel like a flute would have holes, but I don't actually know anything about traditional Native American music. Didgeridoo. Okay. Was that correct? Oh man. Viola or violin? This is where it gets hard. There's a different kind of viola. My neighbor played the viola growing up. Violas are smaller. I know that much, but I don't have it, like, compared between a viola and a violin. I don't know if there's a difference in the structure between violas and violins. Classical musicians, tell me in the comments. Okay, let's... This is giving me, like, small vibes, so I'm gonna say viola. Yeah. Oh, no, it was a violin! Oh, it was 50-50. Oh, tuba, I know this one. We know tubas. A cymbal. I know cymbals. They're the crashy ones. Ooh, I think this is a piccolo. Because, I think flutes are, like, longer. I wanted to play the flute as a kid. I'm gonna say piccolo. Yeah! Okay. What's this? Okay. I'm not sure I've ever seen one of these before. Hurdy-gurdy? Oh, it has the crank! Okay, I have seen one of these. I think this is a hurdy-gurdy, because those have a crank on them, like right, here on the left, on the bottom side. Okay, that was... oh, this one's a recorder. My grandpa tried to teach me to play that. I don't think I can anymore. I don't know where my recorder is. I had one as a kid. Oh, this is a melodica. My friend has one of those. I know that one. I guess these are considered instruments. They are, like, all lined up as if the pitches will change. Wine glass. Glass... That's a thing? It's called a glass harp? Oh, this one's... I think this one's a sitar. I've seen these. Sitar. Okay. Oh, the theremin! I've played one of those, actually. My friend and I went to a museum, like a couple of years ago, and they had a theremin, and you could play it, because you don't actually touch it. It's such a cool instrument. You, basically, I think it's like with radio signals. You, there's an antenna, and there's a couple of antennas, and you move your hands in different ways to change the way the pitch sounds. And you never even have to touch it. Double bass? Might be a double bass. I'm thinking either double bass or cello. And it looks big enough to be a double bass. So I think you're right, Joseph. Hey, look at that! We got 15 out of 16, I think. If I know how to do math. 14 out of 16. Which other one did we miss? Oh, we missed the viola. 14 out of 16. Not bad. Also known as just a bass. Is there a difference between a bass and a double bass? Because I think a bass and a double bass, the double bass is bigger, isn't it? Okay. Let's see if I can do it by sound. That one's gonna be way harder. I don't know either. Double bass. Let's see. Double bass versus bass. Bass. Because I think they're different things. Okay. Oh, no, you're right. The double bass, also known simply as the bass. I didn't know that. Perfect timing for the music to fade out. People change. I don't know if they've changed the names. Oh. Hello, Vivaldi. I do love the Four Seasons. I actually used a snippet of this in Coming Back to Life. Although I might, I think summer might be my favorite. I used spring in this one, but let's do some Beethoven actually. But I don't know. Have they changed the names of them? Okay, musical instruments quiz. musictechteacher.com. Okay, you guys have to see this. Yeah, there's the electric guitar. Verify that you have selected it. Okay. Thank you, music tech teacher. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the music so that we can make sure we listen to this. And I'm probably gonna need help. All right, we're gonna play the sound, and I'm gonna try and these don't look too different. That's a saxophone, an organ, and a piano. So hopefully this won't be too difficult. That's an organ. It's got a cool little spinny thing. That's definitely a piano. Oh my gosh, that brings me back to like scales when I was 12 years old in piano lessons. Oh, this is brass and woodwind. This might be harder. This is pretty. Okay, that sounds pretty woodwindy to me, and both of these other instruments are brass, so I'm gonna go with this oboe. I hope it'll tell me the answers at the end. Is that a clarinet? Yeah, maybe that is a clarinet. Okay, that sounds brassy. That's pretty trumpety. I feel like, saxophone is, I mean, there are different kinds of saxophones, but, the saxophone I feel like is, like, lower. The trumpet is, well, more brash and bright. Trumpets are like the sopranos of the orchestra. Having been a soprano. I mean, I still am a soprano, but back when I was in, like, choir. Well, that's definitely a drum and not a piano or a metronome. That sounds like a guitar. Like a nylon string guitar. Maybe. I don't know. I've only ever played nylon string. It doesn't sound sharp enough to be a steel string. Acoustic. Yes, acoustic guitar. That's different from an electric guitar. Okay, so we've got a trumpet, a trombone, and a saxophone. We're getting brassy. Again. That's a saxophone. I've seen The Simpsons. Oh, the triangle. Is that a metronome on the left that they keep giving me? But that's a triangle for sure. Triangle. The only instrument that's also a shape. Okay. That one's a trombone. 'Cause I feel like the trombone compared to the trombone is like slidier because you move that little thing there in and out instead of just, "Hi Hashima, how are you?" Is it? Oh, not Hashima. Hashim's? Am I saying that right? Hashim's 21? Welcome. We're doing an instrument identification quiz. Okay. Oh, this is a... I don't know what this is called. Is it a... It's not a cowbell. But it's this one, because it's neither of those. It's not a triangle or that drum. How many... Hey, we got 100%! I feel like that was Hashim. Okay, well, it is lovely to meet you. Thanks for joining us. I feel like I want to try like a harder one, though, because I think it's... I don't know. Maybe it is, but I feel like it's not that hard to differentiate between like a drum and a piano. A pianoforte, if we're getting technical. I think that's what it's called. A pianoforte, like, you know, the typical grand piano or upright piano that you think of when you play the piano. We have one downstairs. The piano we have here is actually the one that belonged to my great-grandmother, but it has been refurbished. It used to be yellow. Now it is brown. Okay, but I feel like we should find one that, Oh, this one... Oh, this isn't a quiz. This is an AI that probably does it better than I do. Let's see. They can isolate the sounds, which is cool. Like, am I a musician? I tried. We should sing a song. Put the right names on it. Well, we're here to learn, Joseph. I'm no expert. Like I said, I'm a vocalist. Thank you for following, Hashim. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's like sing a song. Let's see how my voice is doing. I am just recovering from COVID. Oh, thank you. So I'm getting back into the singing because I still sang a little bit just because I can't like not sing. But I tried to take it easy on my voice, you know, because my throat was a little swollen. I don't have an instrumental for that, Joseph. I'm sorry. So let's do, sorry, Joseph, I don't have that instrumental. I have a new one, though. I have As It Was by Harry Styles. Let's start with, Willow by Taylor Swift. I actually just put a cover of this up on, my YouTube channel. So hopefully you guys can actually hear this. But this is one of my favorites off her. You saw it? Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully the balance is okay. It takes a minute to kick in. To do, this one, we'll make sure I have the right one. Oh, my audio driver has stopped working. I don't know how my computer works, apparently. Thank you, Hashim. I'm so glad you liked the live stream. Thanks for being here with us. This is Willow by Taylor Swift. I love this song. Yeah, I got one more to put out. I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I'll follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking. As if you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring. There was one prize I'd cheat to win. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I'll follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. They count me out time and time again. places where the others gave you scars. And now this is an open shut case. I guess I should have known from the look on your face. Every bait and switch was a work of art. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I'll follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Hey, that's my man. That's my man. Yeah, that's my man. Every beat and switch was a work of art. That's my man. Hey, that's my man. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. That is Willow by Taylor Swift. Honestly, one of my favorite songs of hers. And I like Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh! Thank you for following. Is it Genzo? Enzo? 6 Enzo? I don't know if the 6 is like meant to be a G. Thank you, Hashim. I'm glad you like my singing. Thank you. I love that song. I lost like the remote thing that controls my my air conditioner in here. You can like this way. I can never point. It's like right there. But I can't find the remote that controls it. So it's just like, hope that I'm good at 86 degrees. Thank you, Cosme. ¿Cómo estás? Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much for the bits. Oh my gosh. I actually do have a cover of that on YouTube, Hashim. For those of you who have not seen my YouTube channel, it's just Rachel Banner. If you look it up, it should be the same. Actually, I don't think it's the same as my Twitch profile picture. It's just one of my other headshots. It's me in pink. On like a blue background, I think. Thank you so much for the bits, Joseph. I really appreciate them. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Yeah, I have a couple of, I'm like making new instrumentals whenever I can. Which is different because I used to sing a lot on a different live streaming app, but I would just use like other karaoke. But on Twitch, I gotta make my own. Which has actually been kind of awesome. Like, it's for sure easier to just pull up a karaoke track, but now I've had to really deconstruct a lot of these songs. I appreciate the bits. Let's do one more song for now. Let's do Youth by Daughter. Just like kind of some soft songs for now. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. This is Youth by Daughter. I feel like this one is, I don't know. This song is really underrated, in my opinion. I have it on my, like, emotional playlist. Do you ever have a playlist just full of all the songs that, like, make you feel feelings? So this is, Youth by Daughter. Shadows settle in the place that you left. Our minds are troubled by the emptiness. Destroy the middle, it's a waste of time. From the perfect start to the finish line. And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are heaving through corrupted lungs, setting fire to our insides for fun, collecting names of the lovers that went wrong, the lovers that went wrong. We are the reckless, we are the wild youth, chasing visions of our futures. And if you're still bleeding, you're the lucky one. 'Cause most of our feelings, they are dead and they are gone. We're setting fire to our insides for fun, collecting pictures from a flood that wrecked our home. It was a flood that wrecked this home. And you caused it. And you caused it. You caused it. Hi, thank you. Hi, Small Frog, I love that name. Well, I've lost it all, I'm just a silhouette. Hi, Viking. I'm a lifeless face that you'll soon forget. My eyes are damp from the words you left. Thank you, Small Frog. Ringing in my head when you broke my chest. Ringing in my head when you broke my chest. And if you're in love, then you are the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are bitter over someone. Thank you. Setting fire to our insides for fun. Distract our hearts from ever missing them. But I'm forever missing him. You caused it. Thank you, Joseph. You caused it. That is Youth by Daughter. Thank you for the bits, Joseph. I appreciate it. Before the Storm. I don't know what Before the Storm is. I had only heard it in like one of those mood playlists on YouTube. Before the Storm, is it in a song? Or in a movie? Oh. It was on Dateline? Oh. That looks intense. Oh, for Life is Strange. I googled it and it was an episode of Dateline. Oh, I haven't played Life is Strange. I watched PewDiePie play like the first little bit of it a long time ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Hashims. I hope you're okay. I hope I didn't make you too sad. Hola, Ax, ¿cómo estás? There we go. Buenas noches. Muy bien. Muchas gracias. Okay, Before the Storm. We may have to play that one. Would you recommend playing Before the Storm before Life is Strange? I thought it was in a Dateline episode. Okay, so that is a prequel. I had that wrong. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, hablo un poco español. Life is Strange first. Got it. Wasn't Ashley from Critical Role. That's probably the thing I know most about Life is Strange is Ashley from Critical Role was in it. Oh, good night, Hashim. Thank you for joining us. Oh, muchas gracias. It's Small Frog. Okay, I thought that was an I for a second. Hablo un poco español. Yes, that's what I thought. She was like really busy, and that was why she was in and out of campaign 2, which I'm almost done with. I'm on like episode 108, I think. Oh my gosh, I love Critical Role. I'm so obsessed. Mostly, honestly, with Boyasha. Yes, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. And thank you for hanging out with us. We were doing some like classical music stuff, and then I decided to sing a song. So thank you for joining us. There we go. So that makes a lot more sense that it was on Steam. Do people still watch Dateline? Oh, really? Oh, thank you so much, Viking. Yes, we played Soma last night. It was intense. But yeah, it was intense, especially because I kept like losing my way. I don't know how to navigate. There we go. I know how to type. I really don't, though. I've been singing. Elizabeth is the main plot. That is so true, Viking. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Life is Strange Remastered. Is it different from Life is Strange? Got lost a lot. Yeah, you're definitely not the only one. It's a lot. Yo he cantado. Sometimes I have to do translations for voy a cantar más tarde. If you didn't get lost in Soma, yes. No, we had someone in chat who was helping me navigate a little bit. I got like 2 or 3 of the 4 bits of the puzzle. Another company. Oh! Life is Strange. Okay, so they like, it's like fan fiction, but it's canon. I took Spanish when I was a kid in school, so I guess like the grammar stayed a little bit in my brain, and I've recently picked it back up actually to because we've met some friends on here who prefer to speak Spanish, and I want to be able to talk to everybody, so I've been trying to pick my Spanish back up. Although lately I've also been working on my Portuguese because I'm taking a trip with my friend soon who likes to he speaks Portuguese, and he likes to like have a conversation in it, so I'm doing my best. Well, I just want to talk to everybody. I mean, if I didn't want to talk to people, I would not be on Twitch. Wild. Yes, wild. Learning Spanish. Duolingo. Yeah, Duolingo's been all up in my notifications. Trying to, like, reminding me to do all that stuff. Yes, actually, they have been super similar. And I was worried I would get confused, but so far, I've been able to differentiate them, especially because Portuguese is pronounced differently. In Spanish, la mujer is the woman. In Portuguese, it's a mulher. Portuguese is like Spanish, but put some French in it. It's like Spanish sprinkled with French, especially in terms of pronunciation. The rhoticity is very French. And if you know me, you know I'm very into, like, accents and dialects. I drove my dialect teacher crazy in acting school. That's what it sounds like. From Argentina. Ooh. Yeah, they're really similar. They're kind of like Old English and German. They're really similar languages. I was actually... yeah, and that's kind of how Spanish is for me a lot of the time. Like, I understand more than I can speak, especially if I'm reading it. I think I can read it better than I can understand it. Linguistics is actually super interesting to me. I wish I knew all the languages because I love seeing how languages develop over time. I've also been looking into like Old English. I don't know if you guys, this has gotten off track from music so quickly. We did try and sing a song in Spanish the other day as well. I know, it's so fascinating. Where's my Latin textbook? I took Latin as a kid. I used to do spelling bees, and I figured Latin also, I figured Latin would, oh, I found the remote! I found it! Okay. I figured Latin, would help me with, like, my spelling, and also because I was really into Percy Jackson, the Percy Jackson series. Did the same, with linguistics, with speaking both English and Spanish. That's so cool. We love, being able to talk to lots of people. We're not even going to, like, Portugal or anything. My friend just likes to speak Spanish, and he's the one who actually, gifted me Soma as a game. I just want to be a polyglot. I love that word. Life is strange. Life is strange before the storm. Life is strange. True colors. Okay. I'm gonna look at it. We'll look at it on Steam. Let's see. Life is Strange series. It's an indie, like, narrative game, right? It's like a story. Okay, Life is Strange, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Life is Strange 2, Life is Strange 2 Colors, and then Life is Strange, like, remastered. And then there's a section that just says Future. It looks like they do want to make some more, but they might not. Okay, well, I'm into the music, especially, so I have not played it, though. Like I said, I remember watching PewDiePie play, like, a little bit of it years ago. How old is this game? Life is Strange came out, I think he played it when it was first coming out. It was 2015. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna not read that article anymore, because I don't want to, like, the next part is plot summary, so I don't want to spoil it for myself. That's so cool. Well, daughter has a gorgeous voice. Medicine. That one hits me deep, too. Let's see, what is on my emotional playlist? I'm gonna look it up. I have so many playlists, and especially now that I use YouTube Music, they're all, like, meshed in with my YouTube playlists. I use YouTube like Pinterest and just put everything on a playlist. Medicine, oh my gosh, have tissues ready, because it's just one of those songs that has such a longing vibe that you listen to it and you're just like, I'm homesick for a place that I've never been. It's like, have you guys seen The Umbrella Academy? You know that song, Mary by Big Thief that plays in that one scene with Klaus, and I'm not gonna say anything else so I don't spoil it, but, you know, when he gets off the bus? Just, that song, that whole scene, honestly, is so intense. Homesick for a place you've never been. There are so many songs that make me feel that way. Yeah, it's one of those things that has just so much heart. Life is Strange. We'll put that on the list. I would love to play Life is Strange. I trust your guys' recommendations, so we can definitely play Life is Strange. I have, yeah, I could just sing all my sad songs. We could do, here we go. I love Northern Downpour. That's another one. And I feel like Northern Downpour by Panic at the Disco. Oh, thank you so much, Small Frog. Have a wonderful night. I hope you have a good dinner, and thank you for rating, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. The trailer will? Okay. Well, I will definitely put that on the list. Maybe we'll play that one after Soma, or maybe I feel like we should just be going through, like, narrative games, because I haven't played a lot of video games. So I felt like it would be perfect to experience them for the first time with you guys. Bon appetit. Buenas noches, Small Frog. Muchas gracias. Songs that just fill you with feelings, you know what I mean? 5 episodes each? Oh yeah, they go by episode. I'm gonna look it up. Hang on Steam. Let's see, I'll put it on my wish list for Steam. I also just listened to Ghost Story by Carrie Underwood. I don't really, oh, so that'll be plenty of time for us to play it. I don't really, I don't listen a ton to, like, country music. Carrie Underwood is my favorite country artist, though. And I know some people probably don't consider her, like, country, because she's kind of country pop, new country, but, well, I will put it on my Steam wish list right now. I'm gonna log into Steam. Or I could just open up Steam on my computer where it is. A choice storyline? Oh, so it's kind of like Soma, where your choices, like, really matter. I remember, I remember watching Markiplier play a game like that. It was, Until Dawn. Oh, that one was intense. We'd probably have to put the mature content filter on for that one. Okay, let's look up Life is Strange. Is it? Tell me this is not in family mode. Why did I put Family View on my Steam? I'm the only one that uses it. I think I wanted to share my library with someone else, and I thought I had to do that. I should figure out how to turn that off. Okay, Life is Strange. I have so many things already on my wish list. Life is Strange. Half-Life. I only know, oh, episode 1 is free. And 2. Wow. Okay, let's pull up Life is Strange. There's a bunch of these coming up. Life is Strange Remastered has mixed reviews. Episode, how do I get the whole thing? We would probably play episode 1 first. Oh, I have to put my birth date in. Prove I'm an adult. I am, in fact, an adult. Would pay extra for the remake? Okay. Until... yeah, I felt like the whole game was kind of a parody of those, high school-y horror movies where just a bunch of, like, teenagers go camping in the woods and there's a whole lot of, like, soap opera emotional drama and then they all die horribly. But it looks like episode 1 is free. But I would put my age in. I'm getting ID'd to play video games. Can I put my birthday just in on Steam so I don't have to do that? Okay. This game doesn't look like other things you've played in the past. Well, Steam, I will surprise you again and again. I'll put that in my library, and maybe we can do that for, like, a special stream. The original game, no need for a remake. I do remember the art style. It's really cute. It's very, well, indie. I mean, I know it was indie, but... Let's see. This is the complete season. So this would be, it's like $20. Ooh, that is pretty art. So there's 5 episodes. And then the next 4. So I got the first one in the library. We'll have to play that sometime. Don't gatekeep us, Stu. Well, if episode 1 goes well, we can just buy the others. And that'll be a whole thing. Gotta finish Soma first. I gotta finish those complex moral dilemmas. I do love this classical music. This is like royalty-free classical music, but it is Beethoven, so it's all like public domain. Which I appreciate. If I could play the piano, I would probably make my own. It is loud. Oh, I'll turn that down. Thank you. Here we go. I'll turn it down. Just enhance the original. The first, that it doesn't support 21:9 aspect. Artistic. Oh, so like the frame, you mean? Yeah, it looked like there was some drama. I skimmed the article about it, but I hope that it turned out okay. I know it was a lot of work for Ashley Birch. It looks brighter. Oh, the game does? Yeah. I don't know, remaster, you know how I never knew what like remastering meant. I would always see the trailers as a kid for movies that was like, now remastered, and then I would be really confused because I didn't know what it meant. The frame, okay. Well, I can definitely get if it was like for artistic purposes, if they wanted it to be a certain, if they wanted the scene to look a certain way. Yeah, I get that. And it can, especially when you really love a game and a developer has put so much heart into it, I can definitely see how it would be difficult to be okay with that kind of thing. I don't know. I never know what's going on in the video game world. So, you guys will have to keep me updated on game drama. Life is Strange and Soma. Well, I feel like, from what I understand about both games, they're both, like, your choices matter, and they're emotionally engaging, which is something that is really important to me with video games. I mean, I know I play Sims all the time, but yeah, melancholic choice games. Yeah, I want a game to make me cry. Make me cry. Movies, games, songs. Not even necessarily cry. I just want things that really engage me emotionally. And if that means ripping my heart out with the storyline, then have at it. And that's why I love D&D so much. Because our DM is really good at making it emotionally engaging. I don't know if you guys... also, my character just cries a lot. I don't know if any of you guys have seen our D&D streams, but yeah, I mean, you've seen me do that. Oh, yes. I want a game to be able to make me cry. That's good stuff. Let's do, oh, this is a song that makes me kind of emotional. Hey Joseph, I found it on Steam, but thank you so much for giving us more information. But I found it, so thank you for your help. This song gets me. I don't know if you guys have heard this one, but it's about like the end of the world. But it makes it super human. Not like superhuman, but just very emotional. I'm just gonna sing it. It's by Matt Maltese. It's called As the World Caves In, so we're gonna sing that one. It's about the end of the world. I might stand up just so I can sing a little easier. Look at that! Friendships being made! I love that. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, this is As the World Caves In by Matt Maltese.
Bottles, babe, and set our grief aside. The papers say it's doomsday. The button has been pressed. We're gonna nuke each other up, boys, till old Satan stands impressed. And here it is, our final night alive, as the earth burns to the ground. Oh, girl, it's you that I lie with, as the atom bomb looks in. Oh, girl, it's you I watch TV with, as the world caves in. You put your finest suit on, I paint my fingernails. Oh, we're going out in style, babe, and everything's on sale. We creep up on extinction, I pull your arms right in. I weep and say goodnight, love, while my organs pack it in. And here it is, our final night alive, as the earth burns to the ground. Oh, girl, it's you that I lie with, as the atom bomb locks in. Oh, girl, it's you I watch TV
That's like an emotional song, but I'm sorry that it was left on, Viking. Sorry, I probably should have warned you. That's kind of a, funnily enough, it's kind of a louder song. Thank you, Joseph, and thank you for following. Is it Chillerage? I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for following. Sorry, Viking. On the way up the stairs, I'm just like belting my face off about the end of the world. It's fine. Oh, thank you. Used to sing? Why did you stop? I think everybody should sing, regardless of like skill. Singing is good for you. Like, I think it actually is physically good for you. Gets your lungs open, gets you breathing deep, releases all those endorphins. It actually engages your muscles. Like, I've had voice lessons where I was physically exhausted after because my muscles have been working so hard. An instrument? We can do another instrument quiz if you want. You know what we should do? We should look up some really, like, obscure instruments, and I'm gonna get them all wrong. Instrument quiz. I bet there are some that we... Okay. Unusual instruments from WFMT.com. Okay. Ooh, early music. Oh, I love this. This is... Okay, you guys know I'm a huge history nerd. Got old. Oh, I get that. I get stage fright too, believe it or not. Like, I have a whole degree in acting. And I've been singing as long as I can remember, but I still get stage fright. I don't know anyone who doesn't get nervous. Yeah. That can be a big decision when it comes to making music. Hi, Pyro! How are you? But I hope you still get to sing and enjoy music. Really? Good for you. That's not an easy gig. So next up, we're gonna do these, early musical instruments. And you guys know I love history, so I don't know much about these. But, I really want to. Okay, good. I'm so glad that you are still singing and still making music because it's so important. Like, I hear a lot of people say, you know, oh, I'm not a good singer. And that doesn't matter. You know, obviously, if you're not comfortable singing, I'm not saying that you should, like, do things that make you anxious. But, like, that was, I feel like that's one thing people are like, oh, I need to be a good singer to enjoy singing. But that's so not true. Like, just sing in the shower, sing in the car, do karaoke. It doesn't matter, you know? Nice to meet you, Says. Thank you for joining us. Yes, music is so important. And I think that just as humans, we should be making art in general that makes us happy. What are we talking about? Music. We're going to do, I'm going to scroll this over. We're going to do this instrument quiz of, like, the earlier instruments. I'm going to move myself over to the side so that you guys can see the quiz while I'm taking it. So I'm going to move myself in chat over here. And then maybe we'll sing another song. Thank you for following, Sis! Oh, thank you! I'm so glad that you like the vibes. Linguistics. Thank you for keeping track of us, Viking. Okay, we're going to try to name these early musical instruments. Held on one's lap, the player pumps the bellows and plays the keys to accompany their own singing. This looks like it would be a predecessor to an organ, so I'm gonna say this organetto, which, doesn't that mean like small organ? Hey! Well, that was right. Okay. Oh, I think I've heard people, oh, nope, I don't know any of these words. Popular throughout the Middle East, Central Asia, and West Africa, this member of the zither family, I've seen similar instruments, has its origins in Assyria. May have been used in royal courts and religious ceremonies of ancient Mesopotamia. That's a carpet? That is a carpet. Organ? Really? Oh, okay. I think organetto is a very pretty word. A tambour? Is that what it is, Joseph? Let's see. I don't know any of these, so I'm just going to take your word for it. Ooh, not quite, but oh, it's the kanun. I'm probably butchering that. I don't speak, any of those languages. This instrument looks much like the modern day trombone. Yes, it does. You can see it like goes in and out. Little has changed since its appearance since the 14th century. Lippi's late 15th century fresco, The Assumption of the Virgin, I have not listened to that, features this prominently. Okay, clarinette d'amour, that's French, crumhorn, sackbut, or angelique. Crumhorn sounds right. That sounds kind of Old Englishy to me. Yeah, me neither, says, and that's why we're taking it, so we can learn. Small instrument. But there are lots of small instruments that are pretty. Like, piccolos are awesome. Violas, like we were talking about, a viola is like a smaller violin. I'm gonna say crumhorn. Hey, that was not correct! It's the sackbut. I don't know what that means. We'll have to look up some etymology. This 15th century instrument of the Iberian Peninsula and Italy is essentially a flat-backed lute, but it looks more like a guitar. Kind of looks like a ukulele to me, too. Viola, yes, I love string music. I wish I played it. I know, says, that word just sounds weird to me. This just seems like, a weird spelling of viola, but I don't know enough about the history of the viola to dispute it. Let's see. Oud? That sounds like something that an old instrument would be called. But if it's from Italy, arpa de mano, that sounds Italian. Would that be like a hand harp? Or a kithara? See, all of these kind of seem right to me. I'm gonna go with arpa de mano because Italian is a beautiful language. Nope. It was. I thought this viola thing was put there to throw me off because it just looks like a misspelling of the word viola. It is viola, right? Not viola? I don't know. I've heard it both ways, but changed bassists several times. Yeah, bass is hard. I don't play the bass. I've played a little bit of guitar. I wish I could play the violin. That would probably be... I don't know what it is. Okay, from the Greek word for that which is shaken, this instrument can be seen depicted in the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, used prominently in Act 1 of Le Troyen by Berlioz. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I just like saying things in a French accent. Oh my goodness! Thank you for following, Hot Sauce. I appreciate it. Nakare? I thought it was from the Greek word, and nakare doesn't sound very Greek in terms of like the word structure. But I'm gonna go with the sistrum because that sounds Greek to me. Hey! That was purely on linguistics. I told you guys it helps with spelling. Drawings of this instrument referenced in early Icelandic sagas can be found on rock paintings from Sweden. Hey, that thing looks like the monster we were facing last night in Soma. Hello, Hot Sauce. How are you? Happy Saturday. We could look up what some of these sound like. This is our instrument. You know this one? Okay. Used in the Middle Ages to summon troops and frighten the enemy. Its modern-day relative is the French horn. It literally, this circle part looks like the thing we were against last night in Soma. Lure, schaum, althorn, or blowing horn. You guys actually know this? I don't. I would say schaum, that would be my guess. And althorn, we're getting a lot of, a few different answers. And althorn, or lure, oh hey Milkshake, I didn't even see you come in, how are you? Okay, between an althorn and a lure, alright, let's go with lure. I trust you guys. True! Oh, correct! Yes, Milkshake knows archaeology. Milkshake has been super helpful in our anthropology tangents. Ooh, that's pretty. A combination of violin, keyboard, and bagpipe. This instrument comes from early European and Middle Eastern fiddles. This ancestor of the hurdy-gurdy, we know that one, requires 2 people to play it. Organistrum, gaita, lira, or viel group. I'm not even gonna try today. Gaita? Not losing your Viking badge. No, you are our true Viking. It's beautiful. Look at that design. It's apparently super big. Lira, I think lira is the currency in Turkey, but I mean, multiple things can be named the lira. That's a pretty word. Comes from oh, well, I hope you sleep well, Milkshake, and thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. Our next song, we'll sing something slow for you. Okay. Someone said gaita, so I'm gonna go with that. Oh, it was the Organistrum. Early Middle Eastern, Middle Ages Europe. Ooh, this ancient Greek instrument is the predecessor of a number of double reed instruments. I saw this one in a Barbie movie, I think. They had the flute. Pan flute, hautbois, cor anglais, or aulos. Aulos sounds Greek to me. Italian too? I thought it was Turkish. Nose flute. No, you can see, that's his mouth. He's just really weirdly drawn. Here. You can see, that's his mouth. Right there. His nose is like up here. It just looks weird. Aulos? I'm gonna go with aulos because that sounds Greek. Linguistics has made this easier for me than actually knowing these instruments. Popular in Europe during the late Renaissance, this member of the harpsichord family has only one string per note. King Henry VIII purchased 5 in 1530. King Henry VIII was actually pretty big on music. A lot of people think that he wrote Greensleeves, like that da 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 da. That one. I think that's the tune. I remember it because it's in 6, which is an excellent musical. Playing the flute with... I can't even play the flute with my mouth. Don't you also not blow directly into it, like you blow across the top? I don't know. I wanted to play the flute as a kid, but I never did. What's this quiz called? It is... I'm going to make sure I have the window name. Can you name these unusual instruments? It's on WFMT.com. Okay. Member of the harpsichord family. Clavicimbalum. I'm gonna... Virginal? That sounds like something from the Renaissance. Yes. Well, in his later years, Henry VIII had a lot of health struggles. But in his early years, he was pretty active, from what I hear. Hey, that was right! I knew I'd heard that word mentioned somewhere. What is that? An early version of the tuba has a mouthpiece like a brass instrument with side holes like a woodwind. I didn't know that was what makes something a brass versus a woodwind. Okay, Mozart used them in Asciano in Alba, and Wagner used one in Rienzi. This must be a serpent? Well, it's not any of these other ones. Suck. I don't even know if I'm saying these right. Oh, well, thank you, says. I'm just a huge nerd. So, but I'm glad that we all get to learn things together. We did have that earlier. It is, I'm going to say serpent. That's just a cool name. It is! Yeah, I can see where the name comes from. Look at that. Looks very snake-like. We got it right. We did have that one earlier. 60%! I got a D, I think. Isn't that... I'm graduated. I don't know what grades are. F in the chat for my 60%. Okay. I promised Milkshake a slower song, so we'll sing something soft. Teacher says that grades are overrated. Viking says it, so it must be, you know what you're talking about, because you're a teacher. That was not sarcastic. I know it probably sounded sarcastic, but it was not. The hurdy-gurdy, they did not. We had the hurdy-gurdy in the last quiz. How interesting music could be if... I know, right? I want to see... I mean, we do still have newer instruments. I have played the theremin at a museum before. It was so cool. I have... Oh, man, I have video of it somewhere. Like, way back, I think, though. I have... I'll find the video after this song. Let's do... Do we want... I know I do Northern Downpour all the time, but it's such a pretty song. Are they genuine diamonds? No, I'm pretty sure I got these at, like, the mall. I'm pretty sure they're not genuine diamonds. If they are, I should probably take better care of them. So, for those of you who like Panic at the Disco, this is Northern Downpour. Here's another emotional song.
If all our life is but a dream, fantastic posing greed, then we should feed our jewelry to the sea. For diamonds do appear to be just like broken glass to me. And then she said she can't believe genius only comes along in storms of fabled foreign tongues, dripping eyes and flooded lungs. Northern Downpour sends its love. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. Sugar cane in the easy morning where the veins my one and lonely. Thank you. The ink is running toward the page. It's chasing off the days. Look back at both feet and that winding knee. I missed your skin when you were eased. You clicked your heels and wished for me. Through playful lips made of yarn, that fragile Capricorn unraveled words like moths upon old scarves. I know the world's a broken bone, but melt your headaches, call it home. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. Sugar cane in the easy morning where the veins my one and only. Sugar cane in the easy morning where the veins my one and lonely.
That is Northern Downpour by Panic at the Disco. For those of you who are getting ready to go to bed. I love that one as kind of as a lullaby. Back when I used to babysit as a teenager, I don't think I knew that song as like a young teenager. I was I was very much into like musical theater and nothing else for quite a while. Oh yes, absolutely. We just talked about this last night. Yeah, I am on the autism spectrum and I have ADHD, which, you know, I have been diagnosed with ADHD since I was probably 7 or 8, but I finally got diagnosed with autism like a year or two ago. I was 21. Oh, thank you, Milkshake. I hope it helped you get sleepy. But yeah, a couple of years ago, I finally got diagnosed with autism. And I don't know, as a neurodivergent person, I try to tailor my content to be neurodivergency friendly. I mean, I guess if it's not neurodivergency friendly, then I'm not going to do it very well. So, yeah, I actually, some months ago, earlier this year, I got to take part in a movie, a set of short films, but the first short film that they made was the one that I did, and it's using mostly actors on the spectrum. So that was really cool. It was nice to be on a set that was tailored to, like, sensory sensitivity. Oh, well, I'm glad. I hope that it makes you happy, says. Streaming makes me happy, and chatting with all you guys and singing makes me happy, so I hope that... I hope that the vibes are good for all you guys. Yeah, so I'm very much into medicine as well myself. So, if you ever want to talk about biology and stuff, Milkshake at least can, can attest to, the fact that I will get really into, like, a medical paper. So I'm glad that, you like the vibes. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you guys for being here, because, you guys affect the vibes too. It's not just me. So being friendly and kind in the chat and, telling us what you're interested in and responding also helps make the vibes good. So I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you too. Cranial nerves and mental impairment with neuroscience. That's cool. When I was a kid and we were trying to figure out, nice elf. Yeah, is that because I play an elf in D&D? I play so much D&D. And if you like D&D, if you want to see our campaign, we do play it on here on Thursdays, and most of our live streams are also on my YouTube channel if you want to catch up on the story. The older ones are probably a little longer, but nowadays I edit them down so that they, D&D, there are a lot of pauses while we roll things or figure out what we're doing. So I edit them down a little bit so that they're faster. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much! Hot Sauce! Thank you so much for the bits! Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you! I don't think I've ever gotten that many bits before. Thank you! Oh my gosh, you just made my night. Thank you so much. I've never gotten that many bits before. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should do something else for that. Let's put on a celebratory headband. Let's see. Here's a shiny one. Take off my headphones, but I'll probably put them back on later. Thank you so much, Hot Sauce. See if this will fit. This is kind of small. Tomb of Annihilation. That's not easy. I'll put this on. I like this one. I got it at like Walmart because it's Halloween season. I still don't know what I'm gonna be for Halloween, you guys. It's Halloween season, so I was like, look at all these fun headbands. I'm gonna get them for my stream. I've never played Tomb of Annihilation. I don't know. I'm a big role player, so I don't know how to, like, min-max my characters. The Canadian crown jewels, yes, I stole them while I was in Canada. I don't think Canada has a king, though. I think it has a prime minister. A gnome wizard. Oh, as a fellow spellcaster, I feel the squishiness. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us in the chat for a bit. Is it, I hope I'm saying this right, Fokmalis? But, yeah, it's, Canada. They were technically under British rule until they get Miles. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope your baking goes well, and we will keep thinking of you, sending good vibes for your baking. I mean, I'm terrible at following recipes. I'm sure you do better at it than I do. Role-playing. Yeah, and that's, I've had some help from my fellow players when it comes to, like, making my character functional. One thing that I always do in D&D is I, like, forget that we're going to be in combat fairly often, and so I take spells based on utility. I'm like, I want to turn into an animal. I want to, like, be able to light a campfire. I want to have the mage hand. And then I forget that I'm going to be in combat, and I have no combat spells. I don't know. That's why I should play more clerics, because I do like being in a healing role. And the cleric that I'm playing right now in our Tuesday campaign, which we do not live stream, but you can see little snippets of it in the Tuesday vlog from the cruise. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Looking for a campaign. I don't know if I have any that are looking for players right now, but I know there's a subreddit that allows you to find a game. It's r/LFG looking for game. Should we react to some Reddit stuff? And also there's a Discord, I think, that I found through there, and that's how I found my regular game. But I feel like a lot of it is trial and error. Maybe one of these days, I don't know. I've never DM'd. I'm a little scared too. I've never DM'd. I guess I've done DMing in a couple of like duet-y campaigns that were just more like collaborative storytelling, but I've never like DM'd. I'm a little scared too. I just like being a player. Oh, well, I mean, I don't DM the campaign. My friend does. And if you'd like to see some of his work, like I said, our Thursday campaign is on here Thursday nights, and on my YouTube channel is the archive of them. And it's a very roleplay heavy campaign. You know, sometimes we end up in combat, but mostly it's just my character crying and being gay. Yeah, it's been a ride, honestly. And like, I don't even mean to. The plot just makes me cry all the time, which, you know, not like bad crying, not like frustration. My character is just ridiculously emotional. Not ridiculous. She kind of wears her heart on her sleeve, and she hates it, but I like it. And that's what it is. That's what it is. If you've seen the campaign, that's all she does. She's emotional, she's gay, and she loves her brother. Her name's Celera Rubiel, and I love her very much. Here, I'll put up her portrait on the screen. If you guys let me talk about my D&D characters, I will never stop, so tread with caution. And I think a lot of it's just trial and error. I got really lucky to find an amazing group, but I have been in a couple games that just weren't right for me, and it wasn't necessarily anything anyone was doing wrong, but it just, you know, it wasn't right for me. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, this isn't my vibe, but thanks for letting me play. Like, there's no shame in that. And I've had to do that a few times myself. Okay, here's her portrait. I'm gonna, like... That's Celera, for those of you who haven't seen her in the campaign. Thank you so much, Hot Sauce! What country am I in? I am in the United States. So that's her. I made this on Art Breeder. I'm so obsessed with Art Breeder, you guys. It's so much fun. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, I made that in Art Breeder. You guys want to see Art Breeder? This has been my, like... this is my biggest time waster. DMing isn't too hard. That's true. I know that it would probably be easier than I think it'll be, but I'm always just a little bit nervous. Thank you so much, Hot Sauce! Oh my gosh! You're so generous with the bits! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh no, I didn't draw it. I'll show you. Art Breeder is this website that lets you use AI to make portraits. So hang on, I'll show you how it works. I'm very glad that you asked, because this is my biggest time waster. And when it's here we go. I'm gonna log in to Art Breeder. I have so many of these. I hope I remember my password. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm gonna find my password in my other thing. But it's this website that lets you make portraits with AI. I can't draw at all. Okay, I need to find my password because I can't remember what it is. Thank you, Sez! You guys are so sweet! I'm really, really glad you like this stream. If you don't know them, there's a group who usually... Oxventure. Yeah, if you guys are looking for another D&D stream to look at, Oxventure. I haven't heard of them. But a good D&D group is just indispensable, honestly. Okay, what's my password? Account settings, where are they? I'm gonna look into... Where's... here we go. I can change my username. I can't change my password. Let's see. Maybe I think I have to log out and find it. Thank you, Sez! I'm so glad you like the stream. I really am. Let's see. Tell me what my password is, Google. I can't remember. Okay. Oh, wow. I have to scan there's so many security things. Okay. I was close with my guess. I was close. It's not, but you're not that far off. I was so close with my guess. I actually made it too complicated. Okay, I'm gonna save this. All right, so this is Art Breeder. Fair warning, it is, you know, a site where people like, ow, I just scraped my head with the headband. It is a site where people make art, so occasionally you may see some nudity, or what looks like nudity because it's AI generated. Artbreeder.com. Here, I will show you, this is my account, actually. So these are some of the faces that I've made. These are my most popular ones. I have it set to most popular. But if I set it to, can I go back to the, this is the beta version. I usually use the old version just because it's easier. So this is some of the trending ones. And it used to just be faces like this, and now you can do like full-on portraits. So that's for luggage. So these are my, my most popular ones, apparently. This one was one that became, eventually became Solera. But I save very often. So this is a bunch of iterations of my Tuesday character. And basically what you do, here, we'll start, we'll go from some of my favorites. I save the ones that I find the prettiest. It's, he looks like Nathan, I don't know who that is. I've not seen that. So let's take, this girl, and we can smash her together with, these are some similar portraits, and I usually tag the ones that I like best. So we're going to take this girl, and we are going to crossbreed her with one of my D&D characters. Let's find, oh, this is my D&D character's son. So we're going to smash her together with, let's just put her with Ven. This is Ven. So the two of them, it's going to take these two, and it's going to approximate them between each other. So you can see how, like, this portrait, the red-haired portrait, softer features came into this because Ven has, like, higher cheekbones, but also Ven's coloring, You're So Welcome says, I am so obsessed with it. I'm serious. I spend hours on this website. So, go wild. I hope you have fun. Here, I'll show you this thing. So this is just the two of those smashed together, and I use this for a lot of D&D stuff. It can take some time. Ven took me forever, but and it'll show you where they came from. So you can see that this girl came from these two smashed together, and that one came from these two smashed together, and so on. And you can create tags. So I like to make tags that are like my D&D ones. So these are like specifically fantasy-looking deity-like ones. And these are specifically ones that I just find pretty, or that I liked the look of. And let's see, here's one of my other D&D campaigns. This is my character Kaz, this is, my friend's character Eclipse, and this is, that's Kaz's, like, adoptive kid that she found. Upload, I think you actually have to have a premium membership to upload pictures, but there are enough that people have just uploaded that I've never had trouble with it. And also, here's a tip. Again, it will only let you download a few portraits, like, per month, unless you buy the premium, so I just take screenshots. Hey, Panda, how are you? So I've never uploaded my face to this. Thank you. I like it. It's got stars on it, my shirt. And then it's just leggings. These are actually some of my, like, softest leggings. Not that, like, all my leggings are soft. I can't do pants. Always leggings. Leggings or a dress. I just, like, do not wear jeans anymore. I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've worn jeans since the pandemic. But yeah, that's, I usually make, like, a tag for whatever D&D group I'm making them for. And it has some for, like, landscapes and all that stuff, but I usually just do portraits. And it's really nice because being able to, like, visualize my character. What's my star sign? I am a Capricorn, I think. Yeah, I'm a Capricorn, or if you use, like, the new calendar that has 13 of them, I'm a Sagittarius. Shorts no more. I never really wore shorts in the first place. I don't know. I didn't wear those a lot anyway because I grew up very religious, and a lot of people were against shorts that didn't go all the way down to your knees. So, I don't know. I didn't really like the way those like looked or felt, so I just didn't wear shorts. So we're going to, let's see another one. This is the Thursday campaign. You can see some of the earliest ones. So we have this. Yeah, you can upload a few different pictures, but it is, like, limited unless you have a premium membership. So I just take other people's pictures. Short stories? Oh, short stories. Okay. Oh, you mean, the stories we used to tell. Yeah, I mean, we just haven't done it in a bit. I'm not against it. So this was probably, these are some of Celira's, like, childhood friends. This is Aelin, Celira's brother. This is Celira. This is, their dad. This is their mom, an earlier version of their mom, an earlier version of Celira. Oh boy, that one looks rough. Sir Hammerfell, and an early version of Brandy, who has since gone through, like, 2 different bodies now, so that one's not accurate anymore. Rachel's corner. Yes, I got 4 corners in here. Do I? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, we got 4. This isn't actually the room I grew up in. That's next door. I moved into this one. Yeah, but that's our campaign. Love the closet. Oh yeah, I finally got like some hanging hooks so that my robe is just not like everywhere. I have a few different robes. I have like one long one and one soft one and one fancy one. It's so shiny. You can see it's on the left there. You're gonna use your... Yeah, go for it, Joseph. That's awesome. Art Breeder is so much fun. Like I said, I'm obsessed with it. Sunday, yeah, I had a thing on Sunday evenings for a bit, so I had to stop doing those. Enchanted Princess, that was the name of the boat that I was just on. But yeah, that's Art Breeder. That's what I use to make D&D portraits, and visualize my characters. So, yeah. It's fun. And I have a bunch of these that just don't even make sense. More tips. Go slow with the changes that you're making to the portraits, because it changes fast when there's AI involved. So go slow, save often. That's why I have 5 million different iterations of like very similar faces, because I save every 30 seconds. Because if you suddenly go too far with one of the portraits, it's really hard to get it back to where it was. So I save every even minor change I make to the portrait. And you can see how they change, like, you can see how they evolved. Yeah, I love Art Breeder. I'm so obsessed with it. Yes, I'm glad that you also are able to enjoy it. And they're like so pretty. You can see like some of the original pictures that they used. Sometimes if you push it too far on one of the settings, you get the same portrait over and over, and you can see the resemblance. Anyway, that's Art Breeder. I'm obsessed. And it's like so weirdly relaxing to play. To use. I guess it's not really a game. There's not really an objective other than to just make a face or whatever you're working on. There are landscapes too, but I think the faces are easier for me. Kids pictures, yeah. This is one iteration of Cernov, who is Venok's son, another of my D&D characters. He is currently in stasis with a deity because he was super sick. It's a whole thing with the campaign. But yeah, that's Art Breeder. Let's see another song. I'm in a singy mood. I'm gonna sing like through my whole playlist today. This one's a new one that we actually have not sung yet. I just put this one on the As It Was by Harry Styles. There we go. This one's so fun.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that?
There we go.
Nothing to say sorry when everything gets in the way. It seems you cannot be replaced, and I'm the one who will stay. Oh, in this world, it's just us.
Thank you, Joseph.
You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was, as it was, as it was. You know it's not the same. Answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell, and nobody's coming to help. Your daddy lives by himself. He just wants to know that you're well. Oh, in this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was, as it was. You know it's not the same. Go home, get a headlight, speed internet. I don't wanna talk about the way that it was. Leave America, 2 kids follow her. I don't wanna talk about who's doing it first. As it was, as it was. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was, as it was. You know it's not the same as it was.
That is As It Was by Harry Styles. That was actually a really fun instrumental to do. I don't listen to a ton of Harry Styles, but I liked that song. It's a bop. I also really liked Falling. I'd like to do that one too. Oh, Me Too says you are definitely not alone. It just sucks you in trying to get a portrait right. Oh, I bet you will, Joseph. I've made lots of fun pictures with that site. And the nice thing is you can always like start over. You can always make a new one if you get bored with it. Tag it and come back to it later, you know? The only coming out of, something might have messed up with my mic. There we go. That should fix it. Unless there's something wrong with your AirPods. That should fix the sound issue. I thought that I had reset that, but sometimes it just goes back by itself, and I don't know why it does that. But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. If there's ever like a sound thing, or like a webcam thing that I'm not noticing, please do let me know. Especially the sound thing, because I can't hear it. But sometimes the mic just likes to do its own thing. I don't know. She's finicky, but I love her. I got her as a graduation present. A webcam issue? What is it? Was it when it disappeared? I think I fixed that. I just had to reset it. But is it lagging, maybe? Let's see. It's working? Okay. Well, thank you, says. You're very sweet. I'm not a model. I mean, I guess I've done it, like, amateur for fun, but I don't do, like, modeling. The closest I've ever got to professional modeling was, I did a photo shoot for, like, a kitchen product. It's like these whetstones that are meant to sharpen your knives and stuff, and they were like, hey, can anyone come hold these while we take pictures? And I was like, I'll do it. Well, I'm glad. I like laughing, and I hope you guys do too. Laughing is also good for you.
Leave America, 2 kids follow her. I don't want to talk about us doing it first.
7 days, awesome. Another week. Hopefully we'll see you renew at the end of the week. I really appreciate all you guys subscribing and stuff. It really helps out the channel, and I don't know, I love that you guys can use the emotes. I need to make new emotes. I need to, like, commission some or something. The ones that we do have, for everyone who's new, Those are my baby pictures. Famous. I wouldn't say I'm famous, which I feel like would come with its own issues. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. That would be interesting, for sure. Use art reader. Well, I hope that things work out for you soon, Joseph. And I mean, you never have to subscribe. I totally get that there are a lot of things happening in the world. Thank you, Hot Sauce. Thank you for the bits. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh, thank you. But like, you guys are never required to do that. You support the random fact. You got it. Let's see. The Titanic was actually part of a trilogy of 3 ships. And only, I think, it was the only one that sank as badly as it did. But there was the Titanic, the Gigantic, and there was a third one. I think, did they make a new Titanic ship? But it was the Titanic, the Gigantic, and the Olympic. Britannic. Jellyfish do they? I didn't know that. Do jellyfish have really? Okay, now I gotta look up the anatomy of a jellyfish. They don't even have brains. Okay, jellyfish anatomy. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's pull up a diagram. Oral arms? What? It was the medical. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Wow. Man, jellyfish creep me out a little bit, but also they're kind of gorgeous at the same time. You guys know what I mean? That's like, hi Premiere, how are you? So good to see you. Happy Saturday. There is a species of jellyfish that once it gets old, just turns back into a baby jellyfish. The only living creature on Earth. I mean, they can die, like they can get killed, but they won't die of old age. Which, do plants die of old age? Is that a thing? I know that trees can get too tall to be healthy and support their height. Yes, there are jellyfish that can kill you very quickly and very painfully. So don't mess with jellyfish. Bell, umbrella, muscle ring. They don't even have brains. They just kind of drift. Can be a mini squid. Are plants? Yeah, I would say plants are living. I mean, there is debate as to exactly what qualifies life. You know, we talked about this with viruses. There's a debate as to what exactly makes something a living thing. But I would say plants are living, absolutely. Oh, consciousness. No, I mean, I guess we don't know if plants are conscious, but I personally don't think most plants are conscious, at least in the way that we humans consider consciousness. But I do think there are animals that are way smarter than we know. The oldest animals are Greenland sharks. Ooh, I didn't know about those. Greenland, let's look those up. Somehow we always end up talking about ocean animals. Greenland shark. Ooh, they look like rocks. Somniosis microcephalus, the Greenland shark. Estimated to live between 250 and 500 years. Oh, the camera's being flashy? That's weird. I'll keep an eye on that. Plats cannot think according. Maybe? Okay, good. Maybe it's just the lighting in here. Thank you, Says. I'm so glad you enjoy the live stream. Thank you for being here. But yeah, 250 to 500 years for a Greenland shark. That's crazy. Can you imagine? There might have been Greenland sharks alive that also shared the planet with, like, Shakespeare. Hi, Apocalypse! How are you? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great night or day. It might be Sunday where you are, or it might still be daytime. I don't know. Time zones mess me up. Seriously, when I was on that cruise, we went through like 5 time zones in 5 days or so, and I finally, on Thursday, I just texted the D&D group chat. I was like, guys, what time are we playing tonight? I have no idea what time it is. Yeah, that was 4 a.m. No need to sleep. Well, I hope that you are getting enough sleep. Parents were Right! Right! Could be the auto exposure. Maybe. This is a decent webcam, but who do I play with? I have a group that we actually have never met in person. I met them all online. If you've seen our D&D streams, we have Isaac, the DM, Zach, who plays Sir Hammerfell, Bella, who plays Brandy, Mitch, who has gone through a couple of characters, but he currently plays our psionics mage named Reesney. Okay, I'm glad it's good for you, Premier. And then there's me, and I play Celera. Also, Isaac we've kind of had an NPC that stayed in the party because he's my character's brother, and he had been like brought back to life and mind controlled. Which, if you haven't seen the series, this will be a lot. I do. Celera has she speaks in the received pronunciation dialect, which is honestly just one of my favorites to do personally. It makes me feel fancy, and it's fun the way it feels in my mouth. Because all accents just have a place that they sort of center. At least this is how it feels for me personally. Oh, and I put that too, probably, because I'm waving my arms all around. I also was resting my leg on the desk, so that's probably not helping. Anyway, yes, Celera speaks in the received pronunciation accent, and if you think about our Tuesday campaign, my character, oh wow, switching from British to Russian is not working. My Tuesday character speaks in sort of an Eastern European accent, but also the separate person in her head that she agreed to carry a consciousness of an immortal being who lost their body long ago, so they're in her head all the time and they sort of share the body. And she speaks in a Russian accent, but when the other one comes out, she speaks in an Irish accent, so that's how I differentiate between them. And it's fun because they're not really related and they're very different dialects, so it's it tells the others when I've changed characters, but it also I don't know, they kind of feel different in terms of personality, and I feel like using a different voice helps me to be in the character's head better. And so speaking of Celera, she's a little bit lighter most of the time, and I think that's sort of that she wants to appear composed and honestly feminine. That's been, I think, something that she was drilled into her head as a child. So, but her accent is actually not water. Water is one of my favorite words to say in this accent. Water. But she actually, I don't know what her native accent might have been, because she was coached to speak this way. It's sort of like, in earlier Europe, there was an accent for the upper class, or the transatlantic accent. Originally, when I made Celera, I was going to do just the transatlantic accent because I felt that was appropriate for a high elf, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I've really struggled with the transatlantic dialect, so I just went British instead. Where some words got... Oh, I forgot about that! I forgot about that! I forgot about that. Oh, well, I'm so glad you approved, because I don't know how good it sounds. Like, I was born and raised in the United States, in Utah, no less, which I feel like the Utah accent is basically a Southern accent, just, like, worse. I can't do Southern accents very well, actually. I'm not good at those. But I wonder if, the Queen of Denmark, yes, RP is the Queen's English. It's the sort of dialect you hear, where it's posh British is what I usually refer to it as, because I always forget whether it's closer to Northern or Southern British. I speak British. English private schools, yes. Cambridge, yes, Cambridge. I like Cambridge. Yes, Celera is, she actually went to school for 60, 70 years because, you know, when you're an elf, you can do things like that. But, her parents sort of just didn't want to deal with her, so they just sent her off to school. Southern British. Thank you. Cambridge. I like Cambridge. Cambridge is, I don't know. Cambridge just feels so, well, posh to me. But I don't know. I've never been to Europe. I would love to go someday. I do have, family from there, in terms of ancestry. A lot of my ancestors are, at least as far as we know, because I haven't sent my DNA into those, like, DNA analysis things, because I'm low-key a little bit wary of it. A Discord? Yes, we do have a Discord! I almost forgot. I put it in the chat at the beginning, but I forgot to put it in again. I will send the Discord right now. I will put that link in the chat right this second. Join our Discord! There we go. Yes, that is our Discord. Hey, there you are. Welcome. So that's our Discord. And it'll notify you when yeah, exactly. I'm like low-key wary of it. I don't know, are they gonna clone me? And like, I am not entirely opposed to being cloned. Like, it's not out of the question. I just want to know if I'm gonna be cloned. Audio drama of the... Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, accents can definitely help you differentiate characters, and that's probably one of the biggest things that I use in D&D. It doesn't always have to be an accent when you come up with voices, but it sure helps. Send the link. I just sent it in the chat, so you can click on it to join the Discord. And it should just let everybody in. This says we met some new friends tonight. Oh, didn't put a space there. Okay. Anyway, yes, accents. But my Tuesday one speaks in sort of a Russian accent, which I ended up choosing that dialect purely because when I was coming up with the names for her family, the one I came up with for her son that just felt right also sounded Russian. So I was like, this is what we're doing. We are going to use Russian as the infernal language, and she's going to speak like this. Yay! Web browsers, maybe. Yeah, it kind of is like Slack. I don't know. I use Discord a lot more than I use Slack. But Discord is how we have a couple of group chats for our campaigns. And we'll be in there. That's how we communicate during sessions. So, love Discord. It's how I talk to them. Well, thank you very much, says. I appreciate the offer. That's one of my favorite vowels to do in the RP accent, the O, offer, water. I love it. There's a name for it. I forget what it was. When I was doing the International Phonetic Alphabet in school, I was not good at it. I always forgot, like, which one was which. So, all the vowels, I don't know. I just make the sound. Sometimes it works better on the mobile app. That I'm bad at IPA. That's another thing, about speaking in a more British dialect. I feel like, at least in my experience, when it comes to British accents, they don't always go up at the end of their questions the way that Americans do. For example, if I were saying, hey, where are you? No, wait, that's not even a good one. If I were gonna say, like, what's your name? That's an upglide. How old am I? I am 23. What's your name? But I feel like in British accents, sometimes they downglide on questions. But I guess that's something that happens in both accents. I feel like it just happens more often in the British accent. Could also be edge, like the link or something. I don't know. It's your birthday? Happy birthday, Says! I hope you've had a great one. Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was your birthday. I mean, I guess I just met you, but... Happy birthday! Did you do anything special for it? Oh, it's just became your birthday, so you probably haven't even done anything yet. Well, I'm glad you joined us, and I hope you can get to sleep soon. I stay up late these days. I used to be totally a morning person. And then I do theater and live streaming and stuff now, which are usually more active in the evening, so I have shifted my sleep schedule completely. Lots of plans. What are your plans for your birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear, says the Fez. Happy birthday to you. I always want to, like, when I'm singing it with other people, I always want to, like, harmonize. It's the theater kid in me, you know? Or the choir kid. I did choir for a lot of years. And the thing is, I don't really have, like, a choir voice. If you guys have heard, I have a big vibrato and not super great for straight tone, clean singing. So I always drove my director crazy in like, high school. But I was in choir pretty much for my entire school career. I remember my first one, I was 4 or 5. Oh, well, happy belated birthday, Joseph. Shopping, friends, food, tennis. Well, I hope that all the surprises are wonderful, and I hope that you get to spend lots of time with your friends and that you just have a great birthday. I hope it's good. And I've still got this Greenland shark article up. You know, like, it is known not to be a threat to humans, and no attacks have been recorded. They look like rocks. One of the largest living species of shark. That's intense. It's an apex predator. Is there, like, an actual definition of apex predator? Predator at the top of the food chain. Oh, so it means, like, they don't have natural predators. Well, that's okay. That's why I put them up on YouTube. And I'm actually in the middle of editing the last session, so it'll be up pretty soon. I just finished the first part, and the second part will be up as soon as possible. And so will the last vlog. I have lots of videos in the works. Let's sing another song. Man, I don't think my parents are asleep. I hope not. Because it's like 8:30 here, but they also have COVID. Nope, their light's still on. I'm gonna sing more songs. They trick them into thinking there's more. Honestly, that would work on me to think there are more people around. Considering the amount of times that, like, there's a mirror and I see it out of the corner of my eye and I think it's another person and I get startled when it approaches me as I approach it. Mirrors will absolutely fool me. So I am a flamingo. Don't wait. Well, they're awake. Their light's on. They have been watching a new show, I think. I don't know what it's called, but let's do some more Panic at the Disco. House of Memories. I love this one. This one's from Death of a Bachelor, which is just an all-around great album. It came out when I was in, like, high school, and I still listen to it. It's just a great album. The death of a bachelor, oh, oh, letting the water fall. The death of a bachelor seems so fitting for happy ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more? Lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor. That's not the song I'm going to sing, but that's just the title song from that album. But this one's House of Memories. I feel like this one's super underrated, but I think it's gotten bigger on TikTok. If you're a lover, you should know lonely moments just get lonelier the longer you're in love than if you were alone. Memories turn into daydreams, become a taboo. I don't want to be afraid. The deeper that I go, it takes my breath away. Soft hearts, electric souls, heart to heart and eyes to eyes. Is this taboo? Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it, and then your fantasies become your legacy. Promise me a place in your house of memories. Oh, whoa, whoa. I
think of you from time to time, more than I thought I would. You were just too kind, and I was too young to know. That's all that really matters. I was a fool. Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it. And when your fantasies become your legacy, promise me a place in your house of memories. Oh, oh. This is my favorite part. Those thoughts of past lovers, they'll always haunt me. I wish I could believe you'd never wrong me. Then will you remember me in the same way as I remember you? Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it. And when your fantasies become your legacy, promise me a place. Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it. And when your fantasies become your legacy, promise me a place in your house of memories. Oh, oh.
I love that song. It's so much fun to sing. I'm especially obsessed with this part, like this whole like bit here. Coming up with the piano for this part was the funnest thing. Thank you, Says. I'm glad you like my singing. I like singing, so I'm glad you guys like it. I just love the piano on this part. Oh, thank you. Okay. I know, I was obsessed with that, and I still am. I put it on, like, my TikTok story. After writing the piano bit for that was, I mean, of course I didn't, like, write the song. I was just using the chords, and then I misheard something from the instrumental, and I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool, and kept it in. Yeah. It's from, the University of Utah Hospital. I was there for a bit when I was sick, and they gave me a cup, and I'm fine now, for the record. It was a few years ago. And they gave me a cup, and I kept it because it's really big, and I like to stay hydrated. And I don't have, like, I don't think I have, I guess we do have a few here. My mom loves those, like, hospital cups. She always has. And one year for, like, her birthday, I found some that were generic because she wanted to get them from the hospital, but they don't. I know! I just need, like, bigger and bigger, vessels for my drinking water. Man, I love that song. Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it. And when your fantasies become your legacy, promise me a place in your house of memories. Water. Like in my accent, water? I say water. In RP, I say water. I love saying that word. I love it. Water in Russian, so it's a little bit right behind the alveolar ridge right there. It's water. I can do the London accent too, sort of. I can do the glottal stop at least. It's sort of it's flatter than the RP, more open. I don't know. I talked a lot about it when I was working as a stand-in on this TV series, and the person I was standing in for and her co-star were both British, and they had the London accent, and I made friends with the dialect coach because there we go, I'm RP again. I made friends with the dialect coach and she and I were talking about the glottal stops and all these different sounds in language. Bruv, mate. But this is London, innit? So it's like that, and from British reality TV. And also, if you want to go really far, you can replace all the th sounds with f. And some like the. It's just more open. It's like trying to do RP, but you pull it back. Poet. So you can also replace the sound with the ooh. Test that. Well, I'm American. I never hear people say like mate. I guess like our version would be like dude. I call everyone dude. I call inanimate objects dude. Do people say dude in Britain, or is it like mostly mate? Bruv, I've heard that one. Or love. I hear that one a lot. There's got to be a name for this, for like these words that we just use to refer to people in general. Okay, no worries. An advert. I love the way that word is said. Anyway, but words like that, like dude and mate and bruv, love, bro, these words that we use just to refer to. I'm sure there's like some type of the part. I'm sure there's some name for the part of speech that it is, but connectives. Is it really called that? Connectives. It's not necessarily like a term of endearment, and it's also not necessarily some sort of derogatory. Colloquial forms of address? Colloquial form of address, maybe. Yes, it's a placeholder. Or for example, if I say like I am not fluent. I did the T. I'm not fluent in British slang. Australia too. So I hear. There are words that are less offensive in like Europe and Australia than they are here in the United States. But here, like if you hear someone use them, it's like okay. That's a big word. But like I'm sure you know the words I'm talking about. Anyway. But yeah, I'm in Utah, so I actually grew up with people coming up with really interesting substitutions for swear words. So words that say rhymed with swear words or had similar consonants and cadences, because most people here are pretty like religious, and the religion like prohibits swearing. So you know, as a teenager, you got to get creative. And so it took me a while to learn to swear. When I was in acting school, I had to learn to swear, because at first I would have a line that had a swear word in it, and you can tell a lot of the time when someone's not used to swearing, because they would they'll like put most of the emphasis in the sentence on the swear word. Yes, it is here. I'll show you on a map. I'll pull up a map for y'all. Those thoughts of past lovers, they'll always haunt me. It's gonna be stuck in my head. USA map. So, this is the United States. America. This is the United States. And this is all the state names here. I'll show you. And my head is in the way. Love that. Haven't the faintest idea. We don't say that here in the United States. The faintest, haven't the foggiest. I learned that one from Harry Potter. So this is Utah. Here, I'll zoom in on it. This is Utah. It's between Colorado and Nevada. You might know them as Denver and Las Vegas are there. And Utah has Salt Lake City, and it's the multi-level marketing capital of the world. Utah is, oh yeah, the Arches. Yeah, that's we have the Arches. Yes. That is indeed a thing. I have not been to the Arches, but I have been to Goblin Valley, which is super cool. There we go. Cool. Yeah, the Arches. We should maybe make like a Discord channel for promotion. The rope swing. Oh. Rope swing. I'm not sure what this is. I'll look it up. Hang on. Rope swing, Utah. Oh, yeah, that's in Moab. I was just there a few months ago. Yes. But that is, I think, on the Arches. Yeah, that's the arch swing, and it apparently has been banned. Oh. Oof. Utah is pretty outdoorsy, I guess, as someone who's not really outdoorsy. Yes, but I don't know if they do it anymore. But yes, that's in Moab. I was just there to film. Yeah, it's been banned. I know. It's really sad, because that actually looks really cool. I don't know if I could do it, because it looks terrifying, but it also looks cool if I were brave enough. I almost did a commercial where I did skydive, but I had to go film other stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the rope swing. Those thoughts of past lovers, they'll always haunt me. I had forgotten about that. The rope swing. What, acting? Well, I was in Moab to do stand-in work, where my job was literally just to be the same height as one of the main actors. But I did a film. It's actually being submitted to festivals now. It's called Our Final Days in Paradise. It's about these two guys who find out they have terminal cancer and they have about 2 weeks to live. Well, they've already found out, but they have about 2 weeks to live, both of them. So they decide to go rent a fancy house and just go insane for their last 2 weeks with like drugs and stuff. And I played the love interest of one of them. So, which, there was more to it than that, but that was, her relation to one of the main characters. If it's being submitted to film festivals, so if you happen across it, I was in that. Fair warning, there is quite a bit of mature content, language. There's no, its name. Oh, yeah. Our Final Days in Paradise. It hasn't been released anywhere. Publicly. It's being submitted to festivals right now, but that's what I was in. I was also in that, the Thunder Feather short film. That one's called Molly. And they're filming more of those short films because they're going to make them a series now. And other than that, I've just done a bunch of little ads, if you've seen those TikTok-y ads for Truebill, I did one of those. I've done a couple for health insurance. Those ads where it's just a video of someone talking into the camera, and being like, oh, this thing is really cool. The ones that look like someone just filmed them in selfie mode, those are actually pretty fun to do. I do audiobooks as well. But my major, I studied theater. We did train in camera acting because there are different things to consider between camera and stage acting. But I have tended more towards camera acting as I've graduated. Just because I guess it's faster. When it comes to theater, it's a really long process. But with film, I went to California for an insane week. Oh my gosh. Was it 3 weeks? I don't even remember. I genuinely don't remember half of that. They flew me out to California, and it was mostly a bunch of amateur. I don't want to say amateur because that has kind of not a great connotation, but well, maybe as your first book works on it. Anyway, yeah, flew out to California, just filmed and filmed and filmed, and did that in a week, and everyone else had been there for a couple of weeks. My first day was like one of our most intense scenes. I did. It was a lot of work, for sure, but I also had a lot of fun, and I met some really cool people. And getting that experience on camera was also just really helpful. Getting used to being on camera, understanding where to look and how to maintain momentum in a scene. Because in theater, you do have all the momentum of the whole show behind you. But with film acting, you kind of just have to drop into it. I don't know why I yawn so much. I'm not even like sleepy, but yeah, that was intense. It was really fun, and it was cool to be in California. It was really nice. It was warm, and we got to stay in a house that was owned by a member of the director's family. Midway conversation with that. I don't know. Sometimes I just yawn at random. I'm not even sleepy. Like, I got like 10 hours of sleep last night. I feel fine, but it's a lot. Like I said, it was an independent film. It was like mostly people who were just getting started in this kind of thing, which made it so that we could all be learning together, which was so cool. We could, be doing a shot and be like, oh, hey, what if we did this? Or let's do it this way. And we could all learn together and practice and try new things. I smoked my first cigarette for a shot. I'd never smoked a cigarette before, and they were like, your character's gonna have a cigarette. And I was like, okay, how do I do this? So they handed me, they cut one in half and handed it to me, and they were like, here, smoke this to figure it out. I took 2 drags. It was, but I learned to do it. There actually is. That was something that I got called out for in acting school, because in one scene, obviously we were indoors, and so we weren't using real cigarettes in acting school. But my teacher would get after me. She's like, that's not how you smoke. And I was like, I've never smoked in my life, Leslie. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Like, how am I supposed to do this? What does this do? I did. Well, I knew that one because of Mr. Brightside. I learned that word from Mr. Brightside by the Killers. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down, 'cause I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep, and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke, and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed, and my stomach is sick, and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest. Now he takes off her dress. Now let me go. I just can't look. It's killing me. We're taking control. I gotta get an instrumental for that. And find it in a key that I can sing, because it's see, I don't have, a poppy voice, because I was a classically trained soprano, so whenever I try and sing alternative stuff, it's all right, Broadway Betty. That was what I was used to, though. My senior year of high school, I was Lily in The Secret Garden, and it was quite honestly a dream come true. That was my favorite show, and I was obsessed with it. It was perfect to finish off high school. Jealousy, turning saints into the sea. Yep. Oh, that's the words. Swimming through sick lullaby, choking on your alibi, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Brightside, coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down, because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep, and she's oh, well, thank you, sis. How's my sense of smell? Oh my gosh. It got so messed up from COVID. I think it's back mostly now. Maybe we should find out. 'Cause my sense of smell, it was messed up. My mom she likes essential oils. You know how it is. And she handed me some lemon oil. She's like, here, smell this. Does it smell regular to you? Because we all have COVID. And I was like, and I smelled it and I was like, no, because it was lemon oil. And it did not smell like lemon at all. And I've smelled lemon oil, like I said, my mom likes her essential oils, and I like to smell them, because a lot of them smell, Sorry, desk. A lot of them smell very pretty. Is it? I mean, that makes sense. I think I actually did, like, have some neurological effects from COVID. I've noticed that I have a little bit more brain fog. That, you know, my sense of smell obviously is off. I have noticed an increase in a feeling of brain fog, difficulty concentrating, which I was not good at in the first place. But let's try it. Here, I have a, let's see, Febreze. Does this smell like it used to? Kind of doesn't. And cerebral damage. Yeah, I think my olfactory and gustatory neurons are having some issues. But, you know, here's hoping that it goes back to normal. And I think that I still have some lingering effects. I definitely am still having some congestion and stuff. But, yes, and olfactory and gustatory senses are pretty close, actually, aren't they? Like, your sense of smell really affects your sense of taste. And that's, I don't know if you've studied this, but one thing I've always found interesting is changes in hormones for people, at least for people assigned female at birth. Changes in hormones can seriously affect your sense of smell. My trigeminal nerve, this one, like right here, that makes sense. I didn't know the trigeminal nerve was involved in olfactory and gustatory sensation. This is my Arwen necklace. I don't know why. It was on the shelf. I just wanted to play with something. Cigarette smoke. I have not smelled cigarette smoke, but I will keep a nostril out instead of an eye. I don't know. There isn't any, like, no one in my house smokes cigarettes, so keep an eye out. I haven't done very many, but, you know, let me know if you do see, because that's really fun. I haven't been in very many, so, you know, I haven't found any, but, if you do see, let me know, because I would love to know. That's cool. Yeah, it's always, especially because it's, like, ads, you know, I don't think I'd ever get recognized, because, like I said, I've only done a couple, but thank you for following! Is it Sloppy Tuppy? Thank you for following, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's, the ads. It's not like, you know, you don't get, like, recognized from a movie or something. They're like, oh, I saw you in that TikTok ad. I saw you in that TikTok ad. That was keeping me from playing Candy Crush. Sorry. My sense of smell and taste have definitely changed a little bit, but they seem to be going back to normal. They were very different. It was so weird. Oh, well, thank you, Says. That means a lot. I mean, I do really like acting. I just like storytelling in general. You know, I like entertaining. And that's one reason that I've really loved live streaming is because I can do so many different things at once. I can be playing a video game and telling the story of that. The book story? I have not read the book story. I have a bunch of books in here, but I have not read anything called the book story. I have many book stories. You know it's not the same as it was. Oh no, I just pulled the charm off my necklace. Hasn't Mr. Brightside been on the Britpop charts for, like, the last almost 20 years? Like, it hasn't ever left, has it? So on the, I think technically it ended yesterday. I don't know. My mom called the hospital and asked, and their timetable was like 5 days, but I don't go outside anyway. Like, sometimes I run errands and I walk outside to do that. But and sometimes I go to, like, church with my family. Story by Robert McKee. Oh, screenwriting. Oh, that's cool. Hey, I have a friend, for those of you who don't know, Bella in the D&D campaign, who plays Brandy. She likes screenwriting. Good to know. Well, thank you. I will, I'm gonna bookmark this. Jealousy, turning saints into the sea. There we go. Turning through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. That's awesome, Says. Yeah, I like writing. I haven't done it, like, haven't studied it or done it like professionally, but at least in my opinion, and in the opinion of a few of my acting teachers, writing and acting are surprisingly similar in terms of technique. Medicine's good too. I almost went to nursing school. Bella's good. I haven't talked to her much today. We've both been pretty busy. Yeah, I almost went to nursing school, and I thought about being a doctor at one point. It was always like music or medicine for me. I was a nursing assistant for some years, but medicine is a tough industry. I do miss like patient care though, and I realized, I don't know, I would personally rather be a nurse than a doctor. Not that anything's wrong with being a doctor. I guess I prefer the patient care side of things. Gonna travel? Hey, traveling, like medical practitioners, is pretty in demand. Ultra marathons, that's cool. I used to do more distance running. I stopped running as much from some ankle stuff, but ultra marathons, those are big. I don't usually go beyond like 4 or 5 miles when I run. And I fell off the wagon a bit when I went to California to film. And like the schedule of that kind of messed up my exercise schedule, but I want to get back into running now that the COVID's gone. I do love running. It's like, it just hurts so good, you know? It's like so uncomfortable, but it also feels really good, you know? You feel invincible when you're on a good run. Definitely, okay, story. I bookmarked it, so thank you. I'll look into that. I appreciate it. Love a good book recommendation. Extremely large, well, it must have lots of information then. You guys want to see if I can hit the note and I'll follow you into the dark? Oh, well, thank you. That's really generous of you. I've been thinking about setting up like a Throne account. That would be like a wish list. So, I mean, if you have books and stuff or video games that you'd like to see me play, that certainly helps me get them faster. That's really cool. I think I have it set up. I just haven't put it on Twitch yet, but I do. Yeah, actually, we were just playing Soma last night. No friends in school. Well, as someone, I had trouble socializing. I still have trouble socializing. I mean, everybody's different, and your needs are probably going to be different from everyone else's. Soma, S-O-M-A. It's a horror survival game. When I was in school, a lot of places that I found friends were usually, school clubs. That's exactly what I was going to say. It allows you to find people with shared interests and to, have a specific place to socialize. And knowing that you share interests is a great way to open up a conversation. So if the trouble is that you're having trouble meeting people, joining a club is a great way to make friends. And the friends will come as you socialize with people, as you, participate in the club. Friends will just come as you get to know people. We're a social species, so as we spend time with people, we grow to like them more, most of the time. Obviously, it's different for everybody, but it's, generally, I think as you spend more time with people, you grow to like them more. Like when I first joined my D&D group, I didn't know anybody at first. I knew like one person who had introduced me to the group. I was very confused. I didn't know anyone. I was a little bit nervous. I was like, are these people going to like me? Or are they going to think I'm weird? Because it's D&D. D&D is a surprisingly vulnerable activity, you know? Here, take this character that I made out of half wish fulfillment, and we're gonna tell a story with it, and I'm gonna speak in their voice, and we're probably gonna process some things together. Yes, exactly. So if it's having trouble meeting people, join a club. If it's something more than that, a lot of people struggle with social anxiety or anxiety in group settings or in large groups, or have sensory issues that make that difficult. If it is anxiety, I always recommend talk to your doctor, talk to a psychiatrist, because you're definitely not alone. It's very common. But for a lot of people, talk therapy or medication, a combination of the two, or other types of therapy can be really helpful. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you exactly what you might need, but it can be really helpful to have therapy and medication if that's something that you need. There is no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. And it can help you overcome that anxiety as well. I don't know. So I guess it's really about why you say like you don't have friends, because there are a lot of things that can impact your ability to socialize. And there's, again, I don't know how Artbreeder works with uploading, Joseph. I have not uploaded anything, so I don't know. Maybe they have a help, like a frequently asked questions thing. I went to acting school. They taught me how to talk, and I still can't do it. Anyway, so there are a lot of things that can impact socializing, but you are not alone. I had a lot of trouble making friends in high school and in school in general, and honestly, I know that this is so much easier said than believed, but I promise you, after high school, like, almost no one cares how you were in high school or what happened in high school. Thank you, says. It's like, it's a whole nother world once you graduate. And the things that you're struggling with in high school are almost always like, they don't even seem to matter once you get out of high school. Again, that doesn't mean that your struggles in high school are not valid. High school is a time of big change. You're learning a lot academically, socially, emotionally, just about yourself. You're realizing your own identity. You're learning new things about what you want and how you interact with people, and you're making plans for the rest of your life. Like, having a lot going on in high school is 100% valid. And I'm not saying that, like, it doesn't matter, because it does. And especially, I know that, like, a lot of adults are like, why is this such a problem for you? And, like, this is not a big deal. And it may feel like a big deal. Know that is valid, because when like people say like, oh, that's not a big deal, but it feels like a big deal, it might be because they're used to whatever it is and it's newer to you. And I'm kind of going into like big sister mode right now. I remember in high school, I was like, this feels like such a big deal, but the adults around me didn't like consider it a big deal, because when you're an adult, you've already gone through that as a teenager. So know that it gets easier. Like, I promise it does. I mean, I guess I can't, I don't know the future. I don't know what the future holds for you. I hope it's wonderful things. But as someone who in high school was like, how am I ever going to exist? I promise it gets easier as you practice. Friends aren't always, wouldn't worry. Yeah, I do still talk to some people in high school, but mostly I just follow them on social media. A bunch of the people that I went to high school with are getting married, having babies now, maybe a little younger, because like I said, I grew up in a really religious community. And I see their posts, I tell them congratulations. I might go to their wedding reception. It's a whole thing. But, I don't see them as often, obviously, because we've all taken different paths. But I still love them. When I send them a congratulations message because they got a new job or they had a baby, or I reply to their tweet, we're still friends. I still hold affection for them and love for them. We've just taken different paths. But, like, even if I had no friends in high school, I continued to meet friends in college. And as an adult, it actually has gotten a little bit harder to meet new people. And that's where the shared interests come in again. That's where, clubs like in high school, or that's where, sometimes people go to bars. Some people don't like bars. And that's okay too. You can meet people in all kinds of community settings. Some people like to join community theater. Some people have a religious community and they go to church. Wait, my nose blue. Wait, why am I a Smurf? Yeah, I know I'm going off on a lot of tangents, but okay, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Just, if there's one thing you retain from my little rant about this, it gets easier. And you are valid. I promise. Everything seems really, really big now. And it is, because it's all brand new. But as you get through it, it gets easier and easier. And your brain develops new pathways to learn new things, new skills. It gets easier. I struggled in high school. And I still struggle sometimes, but it gets so much easier. And you will learn. You will pick it up, even if it feels like you'll never get it. First of all, as adults, everyone is just improvising all the time. No one knows what they're doing. Sing a happy song. Yes. No one knows what they're doing, ever. I never know what I'm doing. Everyone's just doing their best, and if you ask questions, there's someone who knows it. Everyone in the world runs on people who have little fragments of knowledge, and everyone connects their fragments of knowledge together as best they can, and that's how everything runs in the world. Has it gone up? It should be only like 3 sets per hour. But it's like, if you don't know how to, say you're going to college. College isn't for everyone. If you do want to go to college, great. I had a great time in college. If you don't, thank you for subscribing, says. Hey, no more ads. Thank you for subscribing. Yep, that'll fix it. No more ads. But thank you for watching them. I appreciate that. Also supports the channel. So I appreciate you guys watching ads too. And sticking around through those. Anyway, on this rant of adulthood. So if you don't know something, there's a good chance that you're not the only one. Seriously. I've come to the realization that if I can't figure something out, I can almost guarantee someone else has had the same question. And at least in the United States, the thing about this place is almost everything is, if you'll pardon the term, idiot-proof. I mean, for goodness sake, look at, curling irons. They have to put on there for external use only. They have to take, put on drain cleaner, do not ingest, but here's what to do if you do. There are almost always instructions, and if you, there is almost always someone who knows. So say you're going to college, and you don't know how to register for classes, and you're not sure where the instructions are. That's why the warning is there, says. If you call the registrar, or literally just call the school, usually they will help you find someone who does know what you need to do. The world runs good. A mentor is great. Someone you can ask questions to, someone you can go to vent. That's great. I'm so glad you have support. That's really important too. So just ask questions, and if they don't know, usually they can help you find someone who does. The world runs on people with little fragments of knowledge, and we all pull those fragments together, and eventually we figure it out. And the world is still turning. So if you feel like you're the only one who doesn't get something, I promise you are not. So yeah, stay in contact with your mentor, and know that everything gets easier. Again, I mean, everyone's life is different. Everyone has different needs and will do different things, but just keep asking questions and know that high school will be but a distant memory, probably within the next couple of years. I think about things that I did in high school, and I'm sure we can all relate to being in high school and going home and being like, why did I do that? And dwelling on, like, something you said in class for the next 3 weeks. Probably no one will remember. And I know that that is easier said than believed. I know that a lot of this is easier said than believed. So I guess what I would say is, have faith in yourself. You're probably doing better than you think you are. And you're gonna be okay. So that's my little rant on that, because high school is a lot. And I feel like people in high school don't get enough credit from people who have already gone through high school, because once you get out of high school, it all seems like so much smaller. But because it seems smaller, I feel like it's easy for people who are already done with school to to dismiss the concerns of the people in the thick of it. I hope you're not, like, sad crying. I don't have any blue paint, unfortunately. I have a purple. No, that's not purple. I'll find something blue. This thing. I'm gonna balance it. Yeah, let's see if I can balance this thing. Yeah, there we go. While you're, okay, good. I'm glad you're not sad. It's okay to be sad, though. Anyway, it's really easy for those of us who are done with school, to, like, dismiss the people who are still in school, because it does seem so much smaller now. I do not have a dog. This is my toy. It lights up. I have a lot of fidget toys because I like to have something to do with my hands. Anyway, but people don't always remember. Thank you. People don't always remember that when you're in high school, or just school in general, you're seeing all this for the first time. And it's the first time that you're experiencing a lot of these things that may seem mundane as an adult. So people are like, this isn't a big deal. But know that if it is a big deal to you, that's okay. That's because you're still learning. Like, remember when you were a kid, like, learning addition or learning long division? I remember learning long division and being like, this makes zero sense and I will never understand it. Now I do. Well, mostly. But that's because I've done it a million times. I've not done it a million times. I actually didn't have to take any math classes in college, thankfully. But as you do it over and over, it gets easier and easier. So just, I don't know, if you're comfortable with that and someone dismisses your concerns, if you're comfortable saying, hey, this is the first time that I'm doing this, so, please don't invalidate the way that I'm feeling because I'm still learning, so of course this is more stressful for me. If you're not comfortable with that kind of confrontation, then, you don't have to. But, I always think it's usually a good idea to respectfully say, hey, this is different for me, so please respect that my experience is different than yours. Struggling with multiplication. Math is hard. Math is cool, but math is hard. And it's okay. It's okay if math is hard. Like, I think that's another thing that can be really difficult. There's still a taggy thing on here. Is if you don't get something right away, like, remembering that eventually you will. And that's hard. For me, sometimes. I won't get something right away, and I'll be like, well, what's the point in trying? Like, I'm never gonna get it. But our brains are marvelous. Like, the human brain is a freaking miracle of biological engineering. Our brains are so cool. Like, your brain is doing a million things right now, and especially in school. Your brain is still developing. My brain's still developing. Will probably be for another couple of years. Your brain makes connections in a way that, like, even computers don't. And the pathways, your neural pathways, it's sort of like wheels on a road. As you keep practicing a pathway over and over and over, it gets carved deeper and deeper into your brain, so to speak. And so that path gets easier. Say you've got like a dirt road, and there's and you've got your wheels running along it. It's going to be harder to stay on track on just a flat road. But as you keep traveling down that path, you forge deeper and deeper, and it's easier and easier. It's the exact same way with your brain. As you form those new pathways, it's hard because, like, you're forging a new path. And this is for every skill that I can think of. For mathematics, for doing makeup, for doing your hair. Seriously, I'm so bad at doing my hair. I've only recently been learning. And as I practiced, it's gotten easier. For muscle memory, for playing sports, for even particular thought processes. If you want to change your thinking a certain way, as you practice, it gets easier because you're carving those paths deeper and deeper, and your brain is getting better at finding them and at finding the shortcuts. So, as you keep pushing, your brain gets better at doing it. And with that pathway, your brain will soon just like that. Like, when you were a baby, walking was hard. I mean, think about it. Walking is hard. Like, come on, being bipedal is ridiculous. Walking is ridiculous. I put one foot in front of the other. I have to swing my weight. I have to catch myself on that foot. And then I have to swing my weight forward again. And if you look at babies, it is obvious that walking is hard. It's ridiculous. It's hard to learn. And it's a hard movement to master. But now that you're, 15, 16, 17, you don't think about it. You just walk. Because your brain made that pathway, and oh, well, thank you. It's very comfy. Your brain made that pathway, your brain kept carving it, and you keep carving it every day because, well, I mean, not everyone can walk. That was just an example. But I assume you walk most days. You keep doing it, your brain knows how to do it. Same with language. As you learn a new language, you get used to the grammar. You get used to, when I'm working on my Portuguese, the word apple, massa. Yeah, walk most days. Most people walk. And if some people don't walk, and that's okay too. Like there are people who may not have the muscular strength or may not have the use of their legs, but it was just an example. I've been working on my Portuguese. Some days you fly, teach me your ways. You're going to need that in med school. I hear. 16. Yeah, 16. 16's a good age. You're about to be the dancing queen. But yeah, it's, there are a lot of things you're learning right now. And so it probably feels like you're not doing anything right. But just by learning, you are doing everything right. So like, again, I know this is advice you probably hear from everybody, but like, I wish I'd believed it when I was your age. I wish I'd believed like that high school wouldn't really matter. Oh yeah, hormones are going wild. And so your emotions might feel really, really strong right now. And that's okay. That's valid. Like, you're not wrong for feeling things. And I'm sure you know all this. We learn emotional regulation pretty early. We learn pretty early, like, I'm angry, but that doesn't mean it's okay to hit my sibling. We learn that pretty early. But that doesn't mean that you're not still angry. That doesn't mean that, like, your feelings aren't valid. And here's the thing about emotions. They're made to keep you alive, especially things like anger. Anger can be a response to anxiety or other fear. Anger, like, being frustrated can very much be a response to anxiety. And that's just your brain trying to protect you. Your brain is made to keep you alive. Thank you for subscribing. Oh my gosh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It's super helpful. Your brain is meant to keep you alive. You've probably heard of the fight or flight response. Anger can be part of a fight response. Your brain is meant to keep you alive in, like, Africa used to be like a jungle and stuff, and that's a whole other anthropology story, and I will probably tell it to you guys sometime. Yes, parasympathetic versus this is your brain trying to keep you alive. Your brain is meant to see a threat and err on the side of caution. Yeah, fight or flight. Your brain is meant to err on the side of caution, because when you are out in the wilderness and there are lions everywhere and you think you see a lion, you're much more likely to die if you assume it's not a lion when you're not sure than if you do assume it's a lion. It's kind of high risk, low reward, and vice versa. So sometimes your brain registers something as a threat that really doesn't need to be a threat. Like, I get super nervous before I go on stage. I sometimes get nervous before live streams. You get nervous before your first day of a job. You get nervous before a date, if that's something that you want to do, if you want to date people. You get nervous before meeting new people. That's your brain registering a threat and being like, oh, this could be a danger to me, maybe. So I had better be prepared for a threat, because your brain can't really tell the difference between, like, yes, when I go on stage, I'm worried I'll forget my lines. But that does not have the same devastating consequences to me as being eaten by a lion. But my brain just knows that there is a danger there. And so my brain, making me nervous, is just trying to keep me safe. Sometimes you gotta say, yeah. Sometimes you gotta be like, hey brain, thank you so much for keeping me safe. Thank you so much for keeping an eye out, but we're okay. I got this, and, like, we're not gonna be eaten by lions. We actually talked about that a lot in acting school. And again, easier said than done. But as you practice, it gets easier. I have not seen Mean Girls, believe it or not. I know all the memes, but I haven't seen the movie. So yeah, that's just, like, sometimes, and it's easier said than done, because this is your instinct. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. And that's wonderful. I'm glad my brain is trying to keep me safe. Because if I were in an environment where I was in danger of being eaten by lions, I would much rather have a brain that's keeping me very, very safe. But I am not in an environment where I'm being eaten by lions. Do I know? I do know of Heath Ledger. May he rest in peace. But I am in an environment where sometimes there are things that I'm nervous about. I didn't even know he was in Mean Girls. I just know the memes. My dad was watching it the other day. I went downstairs to get something, and he was watching Mean Girls, and I knew because it was the you'll get pregnant and die scene. Oh, he's not? Okay, that explains why I didn't know he was in it. So yeah, you're okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you. I was like, Heath Ledger was in Mean Girls? I have seen Heathers. That's a good movie. And a great musical. So yeah, long story short, your brain's keeping you safe, and it's okay to sometimes acknowledge that fear and sit with it. And to be like, yeah, my brain's keeping me safe. It's doing its job. But I don't need that right this second. I have not seen Night's Tale. I've heard it's good. Or Brokeback Mountain. There are a lot of movies for me that I didn't, like, see in my formative years, because, as I said, I grew up in a very religious community that sometimes didn't like the content of certain movies. Hercules was thought to be satanic sometimes, but the Disney Hercules, which I was bummed about because I really like that movie. It's got great music. So yeah, acknowledge that anxiety. know that, like, it's supposed to be there. Your brain's working the way it's supposed to. Your brain is keeping you safe. And it's okay to, like, accept it. No, I was Mormon. I've been to Mass a couple times, though. Mass is cool. But no, I grew up Mormon. I live in Utah, which, I guess if you don't live in the United States, Utah's kind of famous for its whole, like, Mormon thing. Hey, Pixel, how are you? Oh. I am so loving. I have not heard that one. What's up, Pixel? How are you? Happy Saturday. We're just talking about, going into adulthood and, well, I'm glad that's been your experience with it. I'm glad that you have felt cared for by the Mormons that you have interacted with. Yeah, I'm not judging you. Imagine being an adult. I know, right? Couldn't be me. And so, like, sitting with those feelings and knowing that they're valid. Your brain is telling you something when you're anxious. Sometimes, like, you might feel really angry, and it's actually because you're anxious. There are times, like, where you might... I had a friend once who, we were talking, and he was like, I was just so mad at everything on the street this morning. I was so mad. I hated the sidewalk. I hated the way the sidewalk was placed. I hated the cars that were walking by. And then he realized he had a test that day that he was really nervous about. And that anxiety about the test was manifesting as anger. Because your brain thought, fight or flight. I'm going to have to fight it. Weirdly. Yeah, it's kind of an American religion, isn't it? It's like all American Christianity. Yeah, it's very, like, American ideals, I feel like. Kind of. But it's... Am I still? No. I guess technically my name is still on the records of the church. And sometimes I still go with my parents just because, like, I like the music. And I like to sing. And it's nice to spend time with my family. But I don't really consider myself religious anymore. But my family, most of my family still is. And, you know, that makes them happy. And it works for them. So, you know, I respect that. If they want to talk about theology, I will happily engage in that discussion. Like, my dad's super smart, and we talk about the nature of God all the time. And it's, you know, like, it's a respectful discussion. I know that he and I don't have the exact same religious beliefs anymore. So it's like, we may not agree on this stuff, but it's still interesting to talk about. But yeah, I'm not really religious anymore. I like to go to different churches sometimes. Like, I go to church with my parents sometimes. I've been to Mass, like Catholic Mass, the first singer. Oh, man. Well, it wasn't that I, like, didn't have the chance to smoke cigarettes. I just didn't really want to smoke cigarettes. Like, I'm not really into nicotine, you know? Not a drug that I'm super interested in. So, yeah, religion. I've been to Mass. Okay. I'm not good with sarcasm. Fair warning. I've been to Mass, and that was cool. I'd like to attend other churches because I just like seeing how other people worship. Well, yeah. You don't have to follow organized religion to have a belief in God. You can, like, some people, it's just their own thing. And their relationship with whatever higher power they may believe in is very personal. And it's just something that it's just between them and their higher power. Nothing wrong with that either. Some people do prefer the community and, you know, boundaries of an organized religion. Roman Atwood. I have not heard of him. And some people, you know, some people may believe in many gods. Some people don't believe in God at all. Some people don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't think there's a way to find out. Catholic? Yeah. Really? I didn't know that. I guess I'm not surprised. I feel like a lot of neurodivergent people tend to, like, question the system a little bit. And so that might make them less likely to accept the ideals of an organized religion. Yeah, but I find like most religions fascinating. Yeah, we'll sing a song. I actually do have to hop off in a little bit. But well, I mean, the way that being neurodivergent, I wouldn't call it an impairment. It's your brain just works differently. And that's okay. It's, I didn't feel like religion was for me, and that's all right. Other people, many of my loved ones are, and that makes them happy, and I'm glad that it makes them happy. Totally just lost my train of thought. Love that. Anyway, to round it all out, because I do have to hop off here, but I guess I wouldn't call it impairment, because impairment has a connotation of it being detrimental. Yeah. I think we just had different definitions of that word, and I'm not offended. I am not offended at all. I promise you, people on the internet have said worse things to me. Oh boy. Oh well, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, I didn't know that was the definition. But yeah, brain working differently might change the way that you behave in society. Nothing wrong with that. Like, my brain works differently than a neurotypical person, and yes, the chat has been wonderful. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for, like, being here with me tonight. I have really enjoyed talking to you. It's okay. Most people have been perfectly nice. That's one reason that I've actually loved being on Twitch, because I used to live stream on this app called BeGo Live. It's a lot more popular, like, in the East. But it was, I would have a lot of people who maybe were from different countries and had different feelings about the way that that interaction should go, especially with women. And so sometimes people say disrespectful things, or just being on the internet. Sometimes people from anywhere would say things that are unkind because it's the internet and they're anonymous. And frankly, I just learned not to care. If someone doesn't like the way that I am, I understand that I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And that's okay. Like, not everyone wants to sit here and listen to me sing Taylor Swift and talk about dinosaurs. That's fine. I don't want them to be here if they're not having fun, because I live stream because I enjoy it, and I hope that other people enjoy it. But if someone doesn't enjoy it, find another live stream. There are other people, there are lots of people on Twitch, and I'm sure that someone will be their cup of tea. And I hope that they find that person who's their cup of tea, because having a nice live stream to watch can be very pleasant. Wonderful. Yeah, so anytime, like, that was something that was always so funny to me when people would, like, troll my live streams. They'd be like, "Oh, you're so ugly, you're such a bad singer." And I'd be like, "Okay, so go somewhere else." Like, I'm having fun singing songs here, and this is my face, and I can't really change it without, like, surgery. So, like, click off the live stream. It's okay if you don't like mine. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, says. Beauty is very subjective. There are people who find my particular facial structure aesthetically pleasing. There are people who don't, and that's okay. Thank you. You're very sweet. Like, it's my face. Yeah, and also, a lot of the time, they were just trying to get a rise out of me, and I know that too. So, it's kind of funnier to not get mad. So yeah, if they don't like my face, they can find another face to look at. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of faces out there on the internet for them to look at, and it doesn't have to be mine. You guys are so sweet. My face is my face. It holds my bones in place. It keeps my teeth in my skull and my eyes in their sockets. And whether or not someone finds it attractive, like, my body keeps me alive. I'm cool with that. Yeah. So, overall, our message is, it's all good. We're gonna be friendly. and be kind to others, and be kind to yourself. Yes, me too. I like my bones being where they're supposed to be. So I do have to hop off, but thank you guys so much. This has been honestly such a lovely live stream. This made my night. You guys are so wonderful to talk to, and thank you for your support and for your jokes, and for, choosing my live stream. So thank you for hanging out. I am on, whenever I can, and we will finish out the night with one of my favorites, I'll Follow You Into the Dark by Death Cab for Cutie. Hopefully I can hit this note. We'll find out. All right, there we go.
Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding light or tunnels to gates of white, just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for a hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, sending hugs and illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school, as vicious as a Roman rule, I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue as she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, and illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. You and me have seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of your shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now, but it's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of rooms. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, and illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, I'll follow you into the dark. I'll follow you into the dark.
Thank you so much, Viking. Thank all you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, and for choosing to hang out with me on this lovely Saturday night or Sunday morning, whatever time it is for you. Thank you so much. Oh, no worries. Thank you just for being here, Miles. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is for you.